Super duper. Hey, you know what? I'm getting a little warm here. I want to show off my sweet Rolo today. 403 to the HNZ. Hazelton. I'm going to plug you in here. There we go. Okay, awesome. So, in the last video, we got introduced to the actual permutation syntax, which is NPR. It's very nice. P stands for permute, which means to order. And we know that that is the same as n factorial over n minus r factorial. Okay, and permutations are when order counts. So if I had the letters T, C, N, U, and V, and I ask you, well, how many different ways can you order these four letters so that each arrangement is unique? Well, in that case, the order that the letters appear matters. So then we learned, we started with knowing that it's 4 factorial times 3 factorial times 2 factorial times 1 factorial. But then the permutations taught us that we can just write it as 4. I'm choosing from 4 letters, and I'm ordering 4 letters. So this becomes 4 factorial over 4 minus 4 over 0 factorial. 0 factorial is always 1. And this becomes 4 times 3 times 2. So it becomes 24 ways. Now, what if I was to say, combinations, if I had those same letters, T, C, U, V, I don't actually know, I can only combine these letters one way. Okay? I can only choose 4 letters from these 4 letters one way when the order that they show up doesn't matter. Okay? And that's a combination. So I know that we're gonna stick with this TCUV here, okay? And I'm going to introduce you to the combination syntax after I find it in the textbook, because I don't remember these things off the top of my head. That is a waste of my time. So n choose r is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. Okay, so basically it's the same formula, we add another r factorial at the bottom. Okay, so in this case, we know that when I was concerned with the order, I'm choosing those four letters. I got 24 ways. There's 24 unique ways that I can select these 4 letters when the order that I select them in counts. Here, on the other hand, if I had 4 of those letters and I'm choosing 4, how many different ways can I choose 4 letters where the order that I choose them does not matter? That's what choosing order does not matter. Well, then I get 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 4 factorial times 4 factorial. And I get 4 factorial over 0 factorial, 4 factorial. I know that 0 factorial is 1, so I get 4 factorial over 4 factorial, because 0 factorial is 1. 1 times 4 factorial. A number divided by itself is 1. So I can only choose 4 letters from 4 letters one way. Surprise, surprise, right? And so you'll be like, well, what the hell's the point of learning this stuff? Well, what happens now if I add a couple more letters here? An S and an R, and you know what, just for fun, an O. Skvur, okay? Skvurl. So if I ask you, how many ways can you choose 4 letters from these 7 letters here? And it doesn't matter what order they show up in. I just want to know how many unique groups of 4 letters. So each group is a different group of 4 letters, but they, like you can have, let me show you. So say I had CUVR, okay, that's one group of 4 letters. If I chose RUCV, these would count as the same, so this doesn't count. But if I chose CUVO, well, this is now unique to this. It's a different group of 4 letters. Even though 3 are the same, as a total, it's a unique group of those 4 letters. So I can ask you, how many ways can I choose 4 letters from that group of 7 so that each group of 4 letters is unique? Well, I can do that. I'm choosing from 7. I have 7 total. Remember, n is how many objects I'm choosing from. Choosing from. Whole hair. And r is how many am I actually choosing, or selecting, or ordering. Okay, so in this case, I've got 7 and I'm choosing 4 from them. I'm choosing groups of 4. So I go through the math, I get 7 factorial over 7 minus 4 factorial times 4 factorial. And I get 7 factorial over 7 minus 4 is 3. So it's 3 factorial, 4 factorial. And I can keep going. 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 3 times 2 times 1 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And I can cancel, I'm going to cancel this out with this, because they're the same things. And then I wind up with 7 times 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30, times 7 is 210, divided by 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. 210 divided by 6, it's going to be some number. And there is a way to do this math in your calculator. If you have a graphing calculator, if you click on math, and if you scroll at the top, I'm going to show you right now. If you scroll at the top, I don't know if you can see that, I'm in math and I go over to number, CPX, PRB stands for probability. And if I scroll down, I've got NPR and NCR, 2 and 3. So if I wanted to do 3, I'm going to do a choose. You can see, oops, I have to put in whatever I'm choosing from. So I'm going to put 7, then I click math, I move over to probability, I choose the CR, and then I put whatever I'm choosing, which is 4, and I press enter and I get 35. I will do a tutorial on using the calculator to do that. So I get 35 for here. So I can choose 4 letters 35 unique ways. Now, if the order that the letters are in counts, I could expect that that's going to be a lot more possibilities. So let's find out what that works out to. So I have 7, and now I'm going to permute 4. Permute just means you're selecting them in a way that the order that you select them in counts, because we're going to order them. So if I have a TUVR, it's different from an RUTV. And that is 7 factorial over 7 minus 4 factorial, and that is 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 3 times 2 times 1, cancel, cancel, and I get 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 different ways, which should be 840, I think. 7 times 6 times 5 times 4. 840, sorry. 840 different ways. 35 ways that I can choose for, but when the order counts, it goes up to 840. Isn't that insane? So that's where order counts. Now, I'm just giving you the basics of what a permutation is and what a combination is. This is the kind of unit that we need to do a lot of practice problems, because there's a lot of different scenarios where you'll hit it and be like, what the heck, how do I do this one? I guess that's math in general. But my own experience is you just need to get exposed to a lot of different situations, and then you kind of get a handle on how to do that. So that's what we'll do in future videos. It's just a lot of practice problems, because I've gone on the internet and I found some really good ones. Okay, good talk, guys.